At 2:36 p.m., August 10th, 2018, Richard Beebo Russell showed up to his job at Horizon Air.
The dash 8 on runway 16 center, say your call sign. The dash 8 on runway 16 center, say your call sign. Who is the dash 8 holding on runway 16 center? Horizon 2728, verify you're in the left turn.
We're in the turn, Horizon 2728.
Horizon 2728, then Q, contact departure.
Steve, Pedestrian. Down in Alaska. 322, that's across West Western Lines, number right, taking off forward.
Who's the aircraft on runway 16 center?
His wheels are smoking left and right. As we are right now, he's rolling down the runway.
Alright, I'm not even talking to him.
5 hours later, he'd be on the runway, taking off into Washington skies with zero flight experience.
Man, I'm a ground service agent. I don't know what that is. Stored it up, get it to go. In a couple hours, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't know how to land it. I wasn't really planning on landing it. Or to some guy who knows all about it. Alright, yeah, I just kind of want to do a couple maneuvers, see what it can do before I put her down, you know?
93 going to departure. Did they find him?
And so I can reach out to you a little easier.
A little bit.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Sorry, my bike came off. I threw up a little bit. You know, shoot.
It was like any other day in Seattle, Washington. It was 80 degrees, perfectly clear skies. The locals in Stellacone, Washington had gathered at the Kai Davison Piers, expecting a show from the skies as the Proceeds meteor shower was due later on that weekend. The skies had been clear for days. That's why when flights were delayed at SeaTac Airport, travelers were perplexed.
All I know is that we landed and we were sitting in a long line just waiting, and the pilot was a pretty cool guy. He came on and he let us know that it was something that happened, I guess in the form of a plane being hijacked or something was stolen.
At first they thought it was some type of medical emergency with Horizon plane, and then later the pilot came on and said that it was on social media that someone had stolen the plane and was flying around.
And they said there was some kind of emergency somewhere on the runway, and after that we just sat there for 40 minutes. But of course everyone's pulling out their phone and finding out what's going on and seeing this crazy story.
Back at the pier, those who came to see the sunset or the dazzling star show set to take place that night got a different kind of heavenly show.
What the hell?
Holy shit!
Oh my god. What is happening right now?
My phone, you got it?
Yes.
It's the fucking Alaska Airlines Q400. What the fuck is he doing over here?
Yeah.
He's looking for somewhere to fucking land. I don't know. He should never be that low over here.
That is not a drone. That is a real plane.
Just did a loop-de-loop.
Oh, and there's like a jet.
Man, I'm a ground service agent. I don't know what that is. Start it up and get it to go. In a couple hours, I guess. But, yeah, I wouldn't know how to land it. I wasn't really planning on landing it.
After leaving Seattle-Tacoma Airport, he was passing over McCord Field when he first voiced his objectives. He wanted to visit the Olympic Mountains, and he wanted to do a few plane maneuvers. But nobody knew what motivated him to steal one of his job's $21 million airplanes in the middle of his shift and go on a
Just flying the plane around, you seem comfortable with that?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Okay, and you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
Nah, everything's peachy clean. Just did a little circle around Rainier. It's beautiful. I think I got some gas to go check out the Olympics. And, yeah.
Ellen, thanks. First this morning, a shakeup in the skies after an airport employee takes off in a plane going on a joyride in Seattle.
This forced Seattle's airport to shut down all takeoffs and landings before the plane crashed. New this morning, a bizarre incident at Seattle's SeaTac Airport where authorities say a suicidal airline mechanic stole an empty plane and took off before crashing into a small island in the Puget Sound.
I think I'm going to try to do a barrel roll, and if that goes good, I'll just go nose down and call it a night.
The stolen Horizon Air turboprop plane was captured on video doing loops, barrel rolls, and other dangerous maneuvers. Air National Guard F-15s chased the plane before it crashed.
A passenger plane and two military planes following it. And the passenger plane was doing maneuvering. He was going sideways and he was going real low, and it was just a really strange sight.
Horizon Airlines confirms the man worked there as a mechanic. Authorities believe he died in the crash and say this was not an act of terrorism. The mechanic told air traffic controllers that he was, quote, just a broken guy with a few screws loose.
So just who was this guy?
Hi, I'm Beebo Russell and I'm a ground service agent. That means I lift a lot of bags. Like a lot of bags. So many bags. Look at all them bags. Ooh, a purple one. I usually have to work outside in this. But it allows me to do some pretty cool things too. Most importantly, I get to visit those I love most. It evens out in the end.
Okay, and Rich, do you know, are you able to tell what altitude you're at?
I threw up all inside of it. It's bad. Too fat to join. I was thinking about it, and then probably a good thing I didn't. Yeah, that's all mumbo jumbo. I have no idea what all that means. I wouldn't know how to punch it in. I'm off autopilot. To the jets?
No, I'm not taking you to any jets. I'm actually keeping you away from aircraft that are trying to land at SeaTac.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't want to screw with that. I'm glad you're not, screwing up everyone else's day on account of me. I'm down to 2,100. I started like 30-something. 100 pounds of fuel.
Rich, you said you're at 2,100 pounds of fuel left?
Yeah, I don't know what the burnout is like on takeoff, but yeah, it burned quite a bit faster than I expected.
So who is Richard Beebo Russell? And what drove him to steal his company's $21 million aircraft?
That looks like him to you?
And that's Richard right there.
We met up with Richard's friend and former co-worker DeAndre Halbert and showed him this YouTube video posted by Richard.
So it'd be two of us working the plane, uploading and downloading the plane.
An inside look at Richard's life as a Horizon employee alongside DeAndre.
We talked about traveling a lot. That's the one thing we had in common.
Pictures of him in Idaho, Mexico, and France. A different side of Richard than the man heard on these air traffic control recordings.
Just a broken guy. Got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now.
Good evening.
Mike Matthews painted a different image of Richard Russell as he spoke at an evening press conference on behalf of Richard's family.
He was a faithful husband, a loving son, and a good friend.
Richard even apologized to his loved ones while flying that stolen plane.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them.
As the voice recordings show, Beebo's intent was not to harm anyone. He was right in saying that there are so many people who have loved him.
People like DeAndre Halbert, who will remember his former friend and co-worker as eager to help him cover shifts and lend a listening ear.
Nobody can ever imagine him doing anything like that.
Halbert offering insight into how Beebo could have known how to fly that plane. He says Richard was recently moved from the grounds crew to the tow team.
The tow team, they have access to talk to air traffic control. They've been trained to turn on and off the plane, and things that that I wouldn't know, or regular ramp agents wouldn't know anything about.
As the investigation continues, his family asks for space to mourn.
At this time, the family is moving forward with the difficult task of processing our grief.
Trying to remember a laughing, smiling Beebo instead of his infamous last moments.
I saw it over the weekend, and at first I thought, Beebo, well, I know that name, Beebo, but no, that couldn't be him. And then I saw his picture again, and it was like, oh my, it was him. But I thought, he was never crazy.
So I was just trying to piece it all together. At first, I didn't really know what had happened, and so I was just trying to piece it all together. My sister told me what had happened, and I just remember I couldn't say anything. I couldn't speak. When I heard the audio transmission that was posted online, I was blown away. Really trying to connect what my sister had told me to his voice and his tone. It went from something that, okay, I knew that he was gone, I knew that something had happened, but why, to even more but why. Because on that audio, his voice, he was confident, he was funny, he didn't seem scared at all. It just sounded like Beebo. The last time I saw him, I mean, it was Beebo. There was nothing out of the ordinary at all. Without him having any formal training, he had to learn this on his own. So that just kind of tells me that it's something that he's been thinking about for quite a while. And it's kind of a hard pill to swallow, because, think about, look for signs before that, but there really wasn't any. There was something obviously in his life that pushed him over that edge. But we've lost one hell of a guy. He's a great brother, good to everybody. He was a great uncle, very good to my daughters, my brother's kids, my sister's kids. I know he was a good husband. He loved her, was faithful, godly man.
Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Labs will give me a job as a pilot?
I think they would give you a job of doing anything if you could pull this off.
Yeah, but Rich, if you could, maybe start a left-hand turn, start turning back around, because if you get too close to the Olympics, you won't be able to hear us anymore. Turn back around here. Like I said, I just want to keep talking to you, and if you keep going towards the Olympic Mountains, we won't be able to hear each other.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy, got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now.
I want to come in here and start talking to Rich as well.
Man, have you been to the Olympics? These guys are gorgeous. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I have been out there. It's always a nice drive.
But I think I might have a beer.
Yeah, I bet you do. I haven't done much hiking over there, and but if you could start a left turn and turn back towards the east. I know you're getting a good view there, but if you go too much further in that direction, I won't be able to hear you anymore.
Alright, hey, pilot guy, can this thing do a backflip, you think? I'm gonna land it, in a safe kind of manner. I think I'm gonna try to do a barrel roll, and if that goes good, now I'm just gonna nose down and call it a night.
Well, Rich, before you do that, let's think about this. I got another pilot coming up, Pilot Joel, here in just a minute or two, I hope. And we'll be able to give you some advice on what to do next. We call it a bug. It's like a little blue rectangle. It's just somewhere around the compass. Do you see that?
Just kind of lightheaded, dizzy. Man, and the sights went by so fast, too. I was thinking, I'm going to have this moment of serenity, I'll be able to take in all the sights. There's a lot of pretty stuff, but I think they're prettier in a different context.
On the right-hand side, above you, on the right-hand side air conditioning panel, you'll see it. It's a big panel. There's 3 switches along the top of it. Make sure all 3 of those switches are in the down position, facing the nose of the airplane.
I don't know where I've been at this whole time.
Okay, Rich, thank you.
2,500 to be exact.
Okay, thank you. And do you have an idea of how much fuel you have left?
Man, not enough. Not enough to get by. 760 pounds. I'm just going to do this barrel roll real quick.
Well, no need to do that. If you could just start a turn to the right, and then I'll tell you when to stop turning, and then you can keep it level from there.
I feel like I need to be, what do you think, 5,000 feet at least to be able to pull this barrel roll off?
You get hurt either. If you could, so you're still turning to the right, you want to maybe start making a turn back to the left a little bit?
You'd be a hero if you could pull off a landing. All right, Rich, this is Captain Bill. Congratulations, you did that. Now let's try to land that airplane safely and not hurt anybody on the ground.
All right. Nah, damn it, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it, Not for long. I feel like one of my engines is going out or something.
Okay, Rich, if you could, you just want to keep that plane right over the water, maybe keep the aircraft nice and low.
It was amazing that he pulled that barrel roll off. He said it himself that he thought that would be the end, right there with that barrel roll. He also thought that joyriding past the Olympic Mountains would give him a sense of clarity.
Man, and you know, the sights went by so fast, too. I was thinking, like, I'm going to have this moment of serenity, you know, I'll be able to take in all the sights. There's a lot of pretty stuff, but I think that they're prettier in a different context.
Wherever be the case with what he felt at the moment, those last transmissions would be the last we'd hear from the Sky King. So why did he do it? Depression certainly does not need a reason, but we know from the things that he said through the broadcast that he was not happy with his pay or his job. We knew that he loved travel, he loves adventure, trying new things, and the beauty of nature. And maybe at the end of the day, this is how he wanted to end it. We'll never know for sure, but it certainly was an interesting story. With my relaunch, this is the first of the content like this on my channel, and if you want to see more, first and foremost, make sure you comment to let me know, but also hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.